Well, Doug, thanks for coming to share your story with us.
You're welcome.
So I've been just very curious because, speaking to some researchers and academics and speaking to clinicians, we definitely wanted to talk to patients also and find out what their experience is. What was your health history that got you to want to take a look at cell therapy?
The short version?
Sure.
Yeah. I was 26 years in the Army, and I was an infantry aviator, and I have over 185 free falls.
Wow.
And also 310 repels out of helicopters. I jokingly say I used to be 6'5", and now I'm 6 foot. I've landed in trees, in water, in Safeway parking lots. And so I've always had a bad back as a result of that. I used to race cars, and I've crashed 2 total cars.
Wow.
And in the military, I flew helicopters, and I've crashed 2 helicopters. One I was flying, and one I was a passenger.
Do you feel like a cat with 9 lives? I mean,
I'm on my 6th.
Yeah, most people don't survive helicopter crashes, especially, I imagine.
No.
Yeah.
The one I was in that was where I was a passenger was completely destroyed. 3 people didn't make it.
Wow.
And so, yeah, I've been very fortunate. But I always had the L3, L4, L5 type of issue. And I ran triathlons, and then when I couldn't do that, then I did whitewater rafting, and when I couldn't do that, I went to golf. And then I couldn't do golf very much. So I've had about a year of acupuncture, physical therapy 3 different times, dry needles, and I was kind of, when I couldn't play golf without pain, I sort of was at the end of the road, and I was thinking about surgery, which I didn't want to do. I've got about 65 days of hospital time, and I believe that if you don't need to have somebody practice medicine on you, don't. But and nothing against doctors.
Sure, of course.
And usually they'll say that it's a 50-50 chance.
With the back surgery?
With the back surgery. So I looked into the little 1-inch laser thing that you can stand up and walk away on. And my wife's a retired nurse. And her last tour as a nurse was in labor and delivery, and she knew about the placenta and about stem cell. So I went to one of the marketing advertisement deal for go to free dinner and learn all about it, type of thing. I also went on gummies, hemp gummies.
Oh, yeah?
And a couple other things that are a little stronger, and that really didn't help.
Okay.
So I came over here. The people here were very nice, very professional, made me feel positive and at ease. And so I decided to go for it.
How long ago was that?
It was this last summer, late fall.
So about 4 or 6 months, somewhere in there.
Right.
Yeah.
And they explained to me you could do 4 shots, 8 shots, or 24 shots. Being the type of person I am, I went for the 24. And I'm glad.
Yeah.
When I started, my pain level would fluctuate, 10 being bad, 1 being good, or 0. It changed from when I came here, if I didn't play golf, it would be about a 6, 7, or 8. If I played golf, it would be about a 7, 8, or 9.
Right.
And I didn't have anything planned for the next day after golf.
You needed recovery.
Right.
Yeah. So what, if any, changes did you notice?
Well, right off the bat, a little better, and then after about 30 days, a lot better. And now we're in February, and I get up every morning, and I don't know if you're familiar with Tom Brady.
Especially right now, yes.
Yeah, the world famous Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Well, I got his book on stretching with bands. And so I get up in the morning and I do 30 to 45 minutes of stretching and check my email, computer, get a cup of coffee, and I'm ready to go.
Wow. So before you had the therapy, were you able to do that kind of stretching or band workout, or not really?
Yeah, but it really didn't help that much. And so now, on a normal day, my pain level is nothing like right now.
Wow.
And
Zero.
Zero. And if I do something strenuous or play golf, it can be maybe 2 or 3, but I recover real easy.
Well, one thing that you bring up that we haven't had a conversation with other people about yet is that, because I'm realizing now, if you are really compromised in your case in your low back, trying to do the stretches or the the band workouts, whatever, you really can't get there. So just because you feel better after having the this particular therapy, what happens? You now can do these types of things, which further progresses, I guess, your recovery, your the strength in your back and your ability for it to kind of be stable.
Yes, and I started with like 10 different exercises and did about 10 or 15 reps. Now I'm up to those 10, but I do 30 to 50 reps.
Wow.
So I'm chasing my youth. I don't know if I'm going to catch it. My wife says no. But it's the journey, not the destination.
Yeah, for sure. Well, obviously, it seems like you are, at least as far as your back is concerned, you're more youthful as far as turning the clock back and saying, hey, I don't have a lot of pain and I can go enjoy activities, etc. Anything else that you noticed, as far as other benefits from the treatment?
Are you familiar with Guillain-Barré syndrome?
Sure.
GBS?
Yeah.
I got that a few years ago. I've had malaria, Guillain-Barré. I like to check all the boxes off. And it started with my left side and my left foot and came up, and then I couldn't walk and had 6 months of physical therapy. And that always came and went. It hasn't since I've had.
And what were you experiencing, like on your left side, so that people would understand? Like, was it?
It was a loss of strength. If I would be sitting here like this, I could stand up and have your leg go out.
Yeah, it would buckle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you also have some fatigue along with that, as far as were you by yourself? Yeah, because normally you would. Yeah.
Yeah, this was New Year's Eve. I spent New Year's Eve in Vegas with 1,500 of my closest friends, watching them get drunk, obviously with Guillain-Barré, because of the nerves, and you can't drink. So, and I'm not a big drinker, but I like a glass of wine once in a while.
Sure.
But for 6 months I didn't drink, and I had physical therapy 3 times a week.
Wow.
And the doctor said you have 2 choices. You can either be partially paralyzed or get well. So I took option B.
So since you've gotten the stem cell therapy, you're feeling like that's improved significantly?
It's non-existent.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Wow. And you weren't expecting that ahead of time? In other words, were you thinking it was just going to be your low back, or did you have some hope that it might help with your other conditions?
The latter, like I said, I'm chasing my youth. A lot of this is getting older, and I'm into my 70s now. And I know that's the new 50s. But so I wanted to feel better so that I could have the quality of life. And I've got 2 kids and 2 grandkids, and keeping up with them. I also play golf as much as I want now.
Wow, that's terrific. Well, I very much, Doug, appreciate you coming and sharing your story. Quite dramatic. It seems like the results are for you. Anything else that you'd want to share that you think people should understand about what your experience is?
Well, there's the side of making the decision to do that, and some of it is considered experimental, or it's not FDA approved, or it's not Medicare, and all this stuff. I would say that I just left my tax lady, and she said that it is a write-off.
So you can get a medical deduction on your taxes for
okay. Yeah, which is
that lowers the net cost of it. For
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah. But no, I'm happy with the results, and again, the people here have been first class. It doesn't hurt, so I would say that if you can go for it, go for it.
Wow, that's great. Well, thanks so much for sharing all that. And nobody gave tax advice before. So I'd recommend anybody who's considering that, check with your own CPA.
Well, she said, it's funny, she said if it's done overseas, it's not tax deductible. But if your doctor recommends it here in the States, it is.
Well, wow, that's great. Well, thanks for letting us know that.
You're welcome.
Well, Doug, this has been very interesting, and congratulations on chasing your youth and being successful in that endeavor. And I appreciate you sharing.
Well, thank you very much. It's my pleasure.